Welcome to the maiden voyage of Jacksonville's Retirement Coach, the podcast hosted by Adam Wolf, President, CPA, and CFP of Wolf Retirement Navigation. And Adam and the team, they want you to get that free portfolio analysis today at wolfretirement.com. Adam, thank you so much for lending your time to us today. I'm your co-host, Doug Turnbull. But Adam, we're going to spend this first episode here just learning about you. And you've got quite the wealth of experience here and a specific strategy and thing you like to focus on. But Adam, first, you're in Jacksonville, all right? One of the biggest cities by area in the United States. Is that still the truth? I think that's something you like to pride yourself on.
That's it. You know, First Coast, that's where we are. And we're over there in Jacksonville, going all the way up, southeast Georgia down to St. Augustine is the majority of the clients that I serve, and been in that area for the last 20 years.
Been there the last 20 years, and you've been in the business for about 25 or so. You just celebrated a benchmark.
Yeah, that's it. I did my first tax return for a fee, and I was an intern in Roanoke, Virginia. I went to Virginia Tech, got my finance degree. I took 6 months off, basically my spring semester, my junior year, and I worked for a CPA firm, and I worked overtime, made $8 an hour. Overtime was 12, so I was just ecstatic making that kind of money back then, and more importantly, helping people with their tax needs at that time.
And how has that changed over the years? I think 1999 to me doesn't feel like a terribly long time ago. When you call it 25 years, it's like, my gosh. And we've seen so many changes in the tax code and what funds people's retirement. So how have you seen that evolve since the 20th century?
Yeah, well, they originally hired me to implement their Excel and Microsoft Word into their system. So I'm not dating myself too much now. I'm only
Windows
46.
99.
Yeah. So, but and I guess I have some gray hairs now. But yeah, that was the big deal. They hired me to do that, and then also work on the tax side of things. But it's changed a lot. Not just society, culture, old school rules, paying yourself first. Rules of thumb, spend within your means, or don't outlive your means, don't outlive your savings. Those types of things have always been in place, but technology is here. And, one of the things that I see a lot is that sort of stops people or hinders people from saving is, inflation and additional taxes, not just while you're saving for retirement or in retirement, which is what we specialize in at Wolf Retirement. We just focus on retirement all day long.
Well, I love the name of your firm, too, Wolf Retirement Navigation. I think Wolf's your name. Retirement, we know what you do, but navigation, that's such a big part of that. I think even being on the coast, there's like an extra element, right, of navigating something. But how did you settle on the name of that?
Well, over 10 years ago, started my company after working for other people in different genres, whether it was CPA firms helping people with taxes, investment advisory firms helping people navigate their market-based investments, or retirement companies helping them navigate insurance and annuities. And so getting that experience and getting the confidence to start my own company over 10 years ago, getting that name in place. And it was cool because we had a lot of options at the time. And so, it's a big key to help my clients who are nearing and in retirement navigate all the different areas, all the different risks, the risk of running out of money, market risk, tax risk, healthcare risk, and also estate planning risk, those major risks that are in the phase of life when you're, needing to be safe and to draw down your money and be efficient with your money versus that phase of life when you're growing your money and it's prior to retirement. So that's what we help people with, navigating retirement every day.
You wouldn't need a navigator if retirement or any part of life was just a straight line. There's always sinews and curves and things you have to avoid. And you're 10 years of experience in your own firm, 20 years being in Florida, 25 years in the industry. What do you think is maybe one of the more common mistakes that people make, or maybe one of the things they're complacent about, or they have the wrong assumption about when they're trying to navigate this phase of life?
Yeah, a lot of folks that I work with, who come to me for the first time, they don't think they can retire, or they think they have to work longer. They may say, hey, I want to work to 65, but they're 62. And financially, when we run the numbers, we do the analysis, they can retire next year, or they can retire the next day. I had one client, and he was dead serious, and he didn't tell his wife about this. So I asked him, hey, when do you want to retire? And this was November 1st. He said, I want to retire next week. And he had been at the same company for 40 years. And his wife looked at him like, hey, when were we going to talk about this? because she wasn't ready to have him home.
How is Adam Wolf hearing this at the same time as me?
I loved it because, hey, I was like, listen, I can work miracles, but I can't do that. All right. I can't, give me 30 days, give us 30 days. And that was early on, so, and we were able to help him. And it was actually a couple months later, we got him through the year. He had all the vacation. I was like, use the vacation. Let's go ahead and retire in January, get the bonus, and then pull the trigger then. And that'll give your wife some time just to breathe a little bit.
So sometimes there's good surprises that people don't expect. It's not just you're 100,000 short. There's actually no, if you do this, and put that in there, you're very likely to be able to attain retirement earlier than you think. Now, I've read up on your firm a little bit, and you really have a specific interest in tax strategy. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. I cover, and my team, we covered the 5 major risks in retirement. One being, the risk of running out of money, market risk or having too much risk in your portfolio, tax risk, which we'll talk about here in a second, long-term care and health care risks that are out there as well, and then making sure what you have goes to where you want it to go when you're no longer here, which is your estate plan, basically.
Yeah.
So those major risks, but tax planning, with my background in taxes, and now it's all the rage. Everybody's worried about taxes, and everybody's, when I'd say everybody, advisors out there, financial professionals.
Many people are.
Many people are, and taxes are a big deal because you spend money in taxes when you're working, but you also spend money in taxes when you're retired. And the type of income that you have is a big deal. What type of assets you have, it's a big deal because some of it comes out tax deferred, some of it comes out taxable, some's tax free. So we put together strategies that make your tax life efficient. And that's key, not just now, but not if, when the government raises taxes on everybody because of how much we're spending as a nation. And they've done a great job of running up the debt through annual deficits. We're outspending $1.7 trillion this fiscal year over what we're bringing in.
That's the deficit, not the debt. Just $1.7 trillion for the 2024 fiscal year. That's crazy.
That is it. And there's a point in time where the chickens will come home to roost, where the government will have to raise rates, will have to raise income brackets. And if we can get the planning done prior to that and get a head start on it by moving as much money as we can from a taxable or tax-deferred situation into a tax-free situation, we are going to be way ahead of the game for what's in your pocket at the end of the day.
In future episodes of Jacksonville's Retirement Coach, who is Adam Wolf right here, by the way. If there's any question about who the coach was, y'all can't see us right now. One of us looks like a coach. One of us looks like a radio host. Just saying, okay? That's Adam Wolf, the retirement coach, okay? But if in future episodes, we're going to describe some of these things. What is a 401k? What is RMD? Qualified, as you just mentioned, qualified versus non-qualified money, or money that's been taxed, money that hasn't been taxed. We're going to go through a lot of those things in future episodes here, break it down for you piece by piece. And some of that will be adjacent to current events. Some of it's going to be very much evergreen. And we want you to be sure to get on Apple and Spotify to subscribe. And make sure if you know somebody in your circle that wants to know about this, pass it on to them. This is vital information. Now, I'll stay in cyberspace here, Adam. When people go to wolfretirement.com, it says on your site, get a free portfolio analysis today. What does that mean, and what does someone need to have once they go to wolfretirement.com to set up that meeting with you and your team?
Yeah, you just complete the information there, your name and your number. That's all we really want. And then we'll give you a call. Either Andrea or Robin from the office will call to set up a time to meet with me, to me personally, not right now, not a member of the staff. You're going to meet with me personally to go through a retirement plan. All right, so we'll put together a full-blown retirement plan for you, complimentary, and we will do that. Takes into account multiple layers of risk, and looking at your overall current portfolio for risk. We look at it for fees. We come up with how much you're paying in taxes, how much you're going to pay in taxes. We put together estimates on taxable, tax deferred, tax free buckets of money that you do have, and so we give a lot of value there to come up with a solution. And sometimes it's us helping you with tweaking your plan and becoming a client. A lot of times it's, hey, you now have a lot of knowledge, more knowledge that you came in with, to be able to do it yourself or to take it to your current advisor to have them do it. Now, a lot of times clients hire us at that time to help them with it and take them through and help navigate it. But that's what we do for listeners of the show.
Oh, we definitely want you all to do that. Again, wolfretirement.com. Just a couple more things about you, Adam. the retirement coach. Where is the coaching background coming from? And then I've seen and reading up about you. You like people to be both financially and physically fit. That's like the goal, right? Is keeping that fitness thread. So I don't know if every client that's going to wolfretirement.com is good. You're going to put them on the treadmill or something, but probably helps with Medicare costs, or helps with healthcare costs. But tell us about yourself and where do all these X's and O's come from?
So I grew up in Charlotte and then also in Virginia, and I played football a long time ago. And so I always had admiration for the coaches, but I had always helped coach along the way. Now, I was never a football coach, but when it came to money, I was always giving advice and helping people along the way. And that's just natural for me. And so the Jacksonville's retirement coach came after many, many years of fine-tuning my ability to help people and walk people and help navigate through retirement. And that's every day, all day of what we do over at Wolf Retirement.
All the alphabet after your name, all the letters after your name, certified public accountant, certified financial planner, CPA, CFP, and that's what Adam can help coach you through, folks. And then lastly, your firm has community or charitable endeavors too. I know there's a police athletic league you're involved with and maybe some others. So can you quickly describe those?
A lot of times you'll have new advisors or new folks move to the area and they're not really vested in the area. I've been here 20 years. My daughter grows up here, goes to school here. We live here. So we're very active with the Jacksonville Police Athletic League. We're there for after-school programs and also sports athletics for underprivileged and underrepresented youth here in Jacksonville, along with law enforcement and JSO being there. And it's over 50 years of helping people. The JSO has been there with Jack's Pal. So it's a great opportunity for us to help raise money and help to bring the awareness to that group. And so that's a huge deal. In addition to that, it's the Tony's Turkey Trot every year.
Yeah.
And this is the 9th annual one we have coming up. And, and we need to have, more racers. We're supposed to have up to 5,000 racers this year. It takes place Thanksgiving morning, and we raise money and awareness for traumatic brain injury.
Oh, wow.
It's now run by UF Health. And they've done a great job. Megan over there has done a great job with it. And, all funds raised after the costs go to, help kids and help young folks with their traumatic brain injury throughout Jacksonville.
Oh, that's such a huge thing there. And I've had a family member myself who's been through traumatic brain injury there, and that's just the amount of care needed, the amount of research that has to be done to try to help people navigate that is absolutely tremendous, and that's what these situations do. So, folks, look, Wolf Retirement Navigation, they're involved in your community. If you're listening from South Georgia down to St. Augustine on that First Coast area, Adam and the team, they want to serve you. Wolf Retirement Navigation. One last maybe parting word from you, Adam, for people out there that are maybe still on the fence about needing a financial planner and why you could potentially be a good fit.
Yeah, and if you're still working and you're putting money away into your 401k, your retirement plan, you probably don't need somebody like us because you're putting money away, you're going to grow your money, and that's not what we specialize in. But when you get closer to retirement and you have accumulated some assets, but you're sort of saying to yourself, well, when can I retire? Once that question pops into your mind, giving me a call, giving my office a call, we can help answer that. And it might be, it might be sooner than you thought. It might be maybe a little later than you thought.
Yeah.
But at least you'll have the information, you'll have the knowledge to make great decisions with your money and to be successful throughout retirement.
Hey, well, we know that you're going to tell it to him straight there, Adam. And so we'll leave off with this because I like to laugh a little bit. I feel like you do as well. But George Carlin, the late George Carlin, had some words to say about the way we describe aging. And so let's listen in.
As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Or I'll expire like a magazine subscription.
I don't know that expire sounds better than die, okay? I think, but certainly pass away. But you tell it to them straight, Adam. You don't sugarcoat it if they've got something in a bad situation, or I'm sure you tell them like it is.
Yeah, I don't think we use the word expire anymore, but it's just
We don't use the word magazine anymore, to be fair. But
the late, great George Carlin. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, rest in peace. It's been 16 years, hard to believe, since he passed. Well, on that note there, Adam, thank you so much for lending your time to us today. I know we're starting a great thing here with Jacksonville's Retirement Coach, hosted by you, Adam Wolf, and we thank all of you all for listening in. And once again, Apple, Spotify, subscribe to it and be sure to turn on the notifications. We're going to start putting these episodes out about every 2 weeks or so, and we're really looking forward to finishing 2024 right and starting a new leaf in 2025 here with Jacksonville's Retirement Coach, Adam Wolf. All these one-syllable words tripping me up. But I'm your co-host, Doug Turnbull. He's Adam Wolf. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll have another episode coming your way here very soon.
Investment advisory services offered through Coil Capital LLC, a registered investment advisor. Wolf Retirement Navigation LLC and Coil Capital LLC are not affiliated. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against loss in periods of declining values. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or to predict future performance. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Consult your financial professional before making any investment decision. This information is designed to provide general information on the subjects covered. It is not, however, intended to provide specific legal or tax advice and cannot be used to avoid tax penalties or to promote, market, or recommend any tax plan or arrangement. Please note that Wolf Retirement Navigation LLC and its affiliates do not give legal or tax advice. You are encouraged to consult your tax advisor or attorney. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurer. Any references to protection or benefits or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products or services. Fixed insurance and annuity product guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company and not offered by Coil Capital LLC. Florida Insurance License Number W016816.